I can learn from you. I can learn from that channel. I can learn from the mind of Adept HNIC.
Hey yo, I talk different from raw pitching, lifting weight, doing construction in the kitchen. I'm forklifting, I'm daydreaming about Forbes listing. Talk business, having walks outside, I think the wall's listening. It's hard when your dog snitching, cut them off. It's funny how the wrong words get you a long sentence. Niggas is loving the wrong bitches. I fuck her and get away, our relationship long distance. All of my boys getting rich, enjoying benefits. You gotta get a brick to join the membership. Broke bread with loyal menaces. Percentages go to lawyers that help me avoid sentences. Now we all own businesses. Shout out to the OGs and loyal women I was in the trenches with. Niggas know I'm more militant. Employed these boys for decoys to come destroy villages. Used to collect ends in the red bins. I set trends. Take one bird and stretch twins. Fuck you and your dead friends. Put weight on your head that's light as a feather. Now y'all the redskins. Nigga, I'm trying to bread win. 20 shots, you get fed 10. Bullets gon' make his head spin. He was drunk, so he bled thin. He a snake, this big gun on my waist gon' make him shed skin. Trust.
Salute, people. It is Adept HNIC, Battle Rap and Investing. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the righteous heterosexuals. Without us, there would be no Mike Clum. Shout out to all the Christians, the Hebrew Israelites, even the Muslims, man. Y'all see the title of this stream, okay? So I rewatched the EDP445 documentary, and my gut feeling when I was first watching it, I remember telling my Discord, shout out to everybody in the Discord, that I took real issues with how this documentary was framed. I believe that it was very exploitative. I believe that it was, I don't understand why it was even made, honestly. For anybody that knows, we all know EDP445 is a garbage pedophile, a child predator. He's been exposed multiple times throughout the years. I felt as though nothing new was nothing was, I didn't learn anything from this documentary that I didn't already know. And a lot of people were telling me in the Discord, well, you know, they got him on camera admitting to this stuff. That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean anything. None of this documentary is not going to help convict EDP445. Actually, it's already past the statute of limitations on him being convicted for these previous offenses. Oh, well, you know, now people know more. Now more people know. No, all this, so more people know, right? What does that do? Everyone already knew. Everyone already knew. What this did was help actually make him iconic for a lot of people. If you read the comments to this documentary, there's a lot of people that love EDP445 because of this documentary. They're like, oh, he's so hilarious. Oh, this dude is so funny. Yeah, he's a child predator, but he's so funny. Also, how much was he paid to do this documentary? How much was he paid to do it? So, Mike Clum, you paid a pedophile. You paid a pedophile to make a documentary. Pretty much, this is just low-cow content. Let's not forget, Mike Clum started his filmmaking career by doing a documentary on Boogie 2988, a low-cow. His second documentary was going to be on Dark Side Phil. But Dark Side Phil told him no. So then you move on to EDP445. Mike Clum is not the type of person who's a serious person. There was no way that Mike Clum was going to be able to manage and handle this documentary with the care that is needed in order to actually expose a child predator. This is disgusting. And then this is clearly, oh, well, all the funds are going to Rain, which helps. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care about that. Mike Clum is being paid with what he wants, clout and attention. That's all this is. What really bothered me about this documentary, well, beyond the fact that this dude put EDP445 in a room with an actual child on his bed. He has an actual child on this man's bed. What was the point of this? Oh, well, that's his friend's daughter. So either way, she's going to be around EDP. Why didn't Mike Clum take his friend to the side and say, listen, here's footage of EDP445 admitting to being attracted to children, admitting to contacting children online for sex? Because at the end of this documentary, his friend is none the wiser. He believes that EDP is innocent and that he's not attracted to kids. Well, Mike Clum, you have footage of EDP admitting to being attracted to kids. Why didn't you tell his friend that? Oh, because you wanted the shock factor, right? You wanted the shock factor of, yeah, we have his friend here and he doesn't know anything and he allows EDP to be alone with his kids. You have a little girl in this nigga's room, bro. The fuck is wrong with you? Mike Clum, you are a sick, nasty motherfucker. And you don't give a fuck about getting this dude convicted. You don't give a fuck about actually bringing justice for the victims of child predators. You don't give a fuck about any of it. You did this for clout. And that's why you brought all these YouTubers on in order to give their take on EDP. What the fuck do these YouTubers have to do with this case? Let's play this real quick, y'all. And then I'm going to tell y'all my real issues with this.
YouTube. EDP is at the top of the list. He is the face of being a pedo on YouTube. Like, if you think about pedos on YouTube, you're thinking about EDP445.
He is a serial sex offender, pedophile, predator. He is a bad man. He is very entertaining to laugh at as being a pathetic loser, but he is at the core a horrible person.
He's never going to learn, you know? All you can really hope, the best advice you can give him is to be even stupider, and hopefully one day he lands himself in jail.
Mudahar, you did a whole show with somebody that watches Lolicon and promotes Lolicon. Promotes images and videos of drawings of little babies getting fucked. Mudahar, why didn't you mention that, Mike Clum? Why didn't you mention that about Mudahar? That he does a whole show, a whole podcast with somebody that promotes and watches Lolicon and hentai. Oh, really? Okay. So you're not going to talk about that, but you need the clout. You want clout. Okay.
Because that's the only thing that can fix him, going to jail.
So if I had to give EDP advice, all things considered, I would say consider suicide.
Who the fuck is this, and what does he have to do with the EDP case? Or did you only talk to him and invite him because you wanted clout? You wanted him to talk about your documentary to his audience. That's why you invited him, right? Because this was all a clout move.
If you were to take every man on earth and put them in order of people I would most want to see have sex with my wife, all the way over to like the least, he's essentially going to be the last guy.
First of all, that was not funny. You're not funny at all, Adam 16. But I'm going to save you for later. I have a whole segment about you on this stream, dog. But there's a reason why I call him Adam 16. This dude is a pervert and an admitted child molester himself. We'll talk about that soon. Why didn't you talk about that, Mike Clum? Why didn't you bring that up? But you sat down with another child molester in order to get a clip of him talking about another child molester. Really? Okay, cool. Let's continue.
I line.
I'm going to save you for later, dog.
People won't remember him. What has he done to be memorable? There's pedophiles every day of the week.
Wings of Redemption. Another person who has a sick mind just like EDP. Let's go here.
But like even 16 at 45, that I'd let that slide because a 16-year-old can make her own damn decisions. I'd cut child pornography off around 12.
I like the rules they have in Jersey and North Carolina.
Whoa.
That's Wings of Redemption. That's Wings of Redemption. Wasn't EDP saying the same thing in this documentary? That little girls under the age of 18 can make their own decisions? That they have enough agency to make the decision to have sex with adults? Oh, wait, here's him doubling down on it.
I did say the age of consent should be 12. You know why I said that? Because growing up in high school, I knew girls that were like 12, 13, 14, fucking on the regular.
Didn't EDP say the same thing in this documentary, though, Mike Clum? He said the same thing. This is titled The Sick Mind of EDP, but yet you're sitting down with somebody who has adjacent thoughts to EDP. What the fuck is wrong with you? Let's continue.
There are a lot of words I can use to describe him, but if I had to pick just one, it's sick.
I don't know who the fuck this is, but I guess it's another big YouTuber who you want to talk about your documentary and promote this garbage that you put out on the internet. I don't know who this is.
Dude has nothing in retirement. His assets are a joke. These are the finances of a mental child.
So you brought Caleb Hammer for what? Because he has a big audience? He didn't really even have a whole segment talking about EDP's finances. We didn't really talk about EDP's finances in this documentary. So what was the point of inviting him on? Because you wanted clout. Mike Clum, you're a fucking clout chaser. And you're a weirdo for hanging around EDP for 2 years, buddying it up with him, hanging out with him, being his friend for 2 fucking years, just to put out this low-cal content on YouTube disguised as a serious documentary. You're a clown, nigga.
Let's be honest.
Please leave the kids alone. That's my message.
I don't know who this is.
Leave the kids alone, please.
I don't know who this is, but I guess he has an audience. Again, what was the point of what this proves that you did this for clout? This isn't to help get EDP convicted at all.
The man's brain doesn't fully function. He is, by all definition, mentally retarded.
Boogie2988 says, he said himself, I don't have this clip because I couldn't find it off the fly, but you can find it. This dude said that he's afraid to have children because he's worried that he's going to molest his kids. This is Boogie2988. He said that. He said he's afraid to have children because he feels as though he's going to molest his own children. But you sat down with him in order to chastise a whole other child predator. For what? For what?
Well, just my thoughts on EDP445 and what he did. Just totally wrong. He deserves to go to jail. And there will be bad karma coming his way.
And this is why this is not a serious documentary. So you have Chris Chan, one of the first internet locals, who is also a pedophile, also a child predator, and recently was arrested for raping his own biological mother. But this was supposed to be funny because you had Boogie2988 call EDP mentally handicapped. Then you go on to bring an actually mentally handicapped person in the next scene. Was this supposed to be funny? Yo, Mike Clum, you're a fucking joke. You're a clown. Don't ever pick up a camera again. You're not a serious documentarian. You're not a serious film director, and you had no business putting this out on the internet, bro. So you sat down with with more pedophiles. You collected the Avengers of child molesters to chastise EDP. Are you serious? This dude just served a sentence for raping his own biological mother. He's also been exposed for trying to get with children online. But at no point did you put that in this documentary. You put this out here like this is somebody to be taken seriously. Yo, you're a scumbag, bro. You're a fucking scumbag. But let's go back to the people I want to highlight. Adam 16. This clown.
Put them in order of, if you were to take every man on earth and put them in order of people I would most want to see have sex with my wife, all the way over to like the least, he's essentially going to be the last guy in line.
You're not funny. Yo, I don't understand what. So this documentary is called The Sick Mind of EDP. But yet you bring up this perverted fucking weirdo who promotes cuckoldry, who promotes. I'm you know what? I'm not even. I don't want to get this video shadow banned or anything. Let's talk about this, right? So Adam 16, he recorded a video of Lil Pump getting head at 16 years old. So he was recording child pornography. If you see the first image, the infamous video of 30-year-old Adam 22 recording 16-year-old Lil Pump getting head. We're going to talk about that more in a little bit. Let's look at the image to the right. When you're partying with Bill Cosby, that's Adam 22, Adam 16, with an actual toddler on the bed, lifted up this toddler's skirt to show her bottom. And what did he have to do to set this picture up? For you. And then the image to the bottom, you see that little girl on Adam 22's back? Let's learn more about her. Let's learn more about her. Because Adam 22 actually has a whole blog post from, what year was this? Well, this is the old blog post from Adam 22. And let's read it. The Desiree story, part 1. This is a story about love. Well, no, but it's a story about girls. One girl in particular. A girl who is a bit of an internet legend in her own right, even though right now she is still just 19 years old. Now, to be sure, she's no singing Margolis, Howard Stern's ass girl, or even a Boxy, but she's got quite a myth and legend surrounding her regardless. That girl is Desiree. This story begins quite a long time ago when I was just 23 years old. At the time, I was posting heavily on the B9 board. Why do so many of my stories start this way? And Desiree posted on there too. Mind y'all, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to support this stream, you could Cash App $restore order. And yeah, man, because we're about to go in. We're about to go in. I'm just getting started on this clown. She had already carved out quite a reputation by way of numerous stories that circulated concerning her promiscuous behavior. I recall reading stories involving torrid acts like doing anal on a tour bus at Warped Tour with the singer of a band, following a band around tour with her mom all over Canada. She grew up in Vancouver, although she was born in Romania or some weird shit like that. So she could have sex with the singer and many other weird stories, all involving dudes and bands. Of course, there was the obvious nude scandal. Although, true, nudes of Desi have never surfaced, many near nudes have, which caused quite the stir. The retarded, hardcore cliches that she is straight edge and proud of it, and the adoring hardcore fanboys, she was and still is a bit of celebrity in the hardcore world. Now, this is a picture, and it's clearly censored because this girl was underage at the time. We're about to get to this. We're about to get to that. Okay. Her and I talked on MySpace for a while, and she was unsurprisingly flirty. I doubt at the time I was on the level of coolness of the band dudes she was hooking up with, but she apparently had the foresight to realize how cool I would inevitably be. Oh, hold on, y'all. Come on, man. What's going on here? Give me a second. I want to get to the bottom of the screen. Come on, please. There we go. Let's go. There we go. On one night in particular, we ended up talking on the phone, and she went into vivid detail about how she wanted me to go to Canada to see her and have sex. I won't even bother telling you the things that she described wanted me to do to her, because by the end of the story, I will actually have done all to her and worse. The conversation left me hot and bothered, to say the least. Now, any of the math inclined out here, they are probably reading this, hold on, and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then. How old was she then? Well, she was 16. But come on, man. Look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she didn't look much different at all then. If statutory rape is wrong, I didn't want to be right. Now, I could make it the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, although I'm sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal as hell. But really, fucking argument. She was stupid hot, and I wanted in. That's Adam 16. He said, if statutory rape is wrong, I don't want to be right. And he says, I did everything to her and worse. But yet, Mike Clum decided to invite this dude, sit down across from him, and have him in this documentary performatively attacking EDP for being a child predator when he's a fucking child predator himself. Mind you, this dude's name is Adam Grand Mason. All right? Take that for what you want. I believe his father was also a Freemason, if you do your history on this dude. So, of course, that's in their culture. Right? Let's continue, though. So, let's continue. Let's play this real quick, y'all.
Earlier this year, Adam, 22, was accused of being a creep after talking to a 16-year-old girl when he was just over 23 years old. Adam, 22, has since deleted a live stream podcast with official Perv Busters after they confronted him about allegedly talking to a 16-year-old girl when he was over the age of 21, which aired March 17, 2023. Although the podcast episode was deleted, a video taken by one of the members of the Perv Busters duo on Instagram was later posted to Twitter. The video, which has over 11 million views on Twitter, shows Perv Busters Jay and Dre Day confronting Adam, 22, over allegations that he dated a 16-year-old when he was 23.
These aren't... See, I don't like that word allegations. I understand why people use them. I understand why people use that word. But this dude admitted it himself. He admitted to having sex with a child actually flying to Canada to have sex with a child. He admitted this.
We talking about the whole lust situation and everything, but I'll be a hypocrite if I don't address the situation that happened with you.
There is no situation with me.
The one where you was messing with the 16-year-old girl?
Never happened. What do you think happened? The article says
I'm going
I was
on.
19 when I met her.
She was 19 when you met her?
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about an article, sir. We're talking about the blog post that you made yourself. That's been archived and we can pull up at any moment. We already did. So look at what he said. Oh, well, the article said this. No. We're talking about what you said, nigga.
The article says it.
So, but what did you say?
I said that I spoke to her on the phone when she was 16 before I realized that she was.
All right, well,
That's how we catch a lot of.
That's how we catch him.
Canadian. She didn't even know that she was doing something fucked up.
It don't even matter, but that's how we catch
That
him.
you felt like you were gonna come on my platform and expose me though. Like, why
No, it was just in the midst of the conversation. It was in the midst of he didn't. Hey, it's not on him on nothing. It was in the midst of the conversation.
You came on my platform and spread lies like that.
Lies?
Lies.
Is it lies?
I mean, you could have done some research and figured out any.
Did you talk to her when you were 16?
For like 5 minutes when I was 21. I'm 39.
You wasn't 23?
I was. I might have been 21, right?
How you don't know? How you don't know if you was
Because
21?
it was 20 years ago.
Look at this scumbag lying piece of shit. Look at this lying fucking scumbag. So now you don't know what age you were? Oh, I was 21. Oh, I might have been 23. Shut the fuck up, dude. Oh, I only talked to her on the phone and then I found out her age. That's not what you said in your blog post, bro. And there's pictures of you with the little girl. That little girl looks like she has a fucking Barbie playhouse. That little girl looks like she got posters of My Little Pony on the wall when you went over there to have sex with her. And you said you did everything to her and worse. The fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
It still happened though, but we can't take that jacket off.
Wait, right?
We can't take that jacket off for nobody.
Right? You gotta go.
Hey man, you know, let's go. Look, yeah, yeah, season 6, nigga. Get mine. I'll keep the cut. All right, he kicking us out. Why you kicking us out, bro?
Because I don't appreciate you guys coming on my platform and spreading lies like that.
It's not lies.
Research,
It's not lies. It's something that you admitted though. Thank you. You was 23. She was 16. I'm a perv buster. What you think I'm here doing?
Right.
I'm here on business. I'm a perv buster. You was talking to a girl. You was 16. I mean, she was 16. You was 23. Stop it. What you talking about? Oh man, we gotta get let out. Where Tone at?
This door right
Damn,
here.
come on, man. You think I didn't do my research, bro? You think I don't got the article?
You apparently
Bro,
did,
I got the
pushing a fake narrative.
I got the article and all that, bro. Like, come on,
apparently you
man.
didn't read it.
I
Next
read
time
it.
maybe you'll read it.
Bro, you was 23, she was 16.
No, fuck the article. Fuck the article. We have the blog post. We have the blog post right here that you made, nigga. That you made. AdamGrandMason@gmail.com. This is the Desiree story. You said yourself she was 16 years old, and if statutory rape is wrong, you don't want to be right. The fuck are you talking about?
You was on the phone with her for what? You should have known. Why am I talking to a 16-year-old girl? Why am I talking to a 16-year-old girl? Stop it, bro. We gotta get let out. You on the phone with a 16-year-old girl, bro. What are you talking about? Damn, pedophile. Nigga, this shit crazy, bro. Stop it. Stop it.
After the confrontation went viral, people from all around the world started digging into Adam's dark past and were shocked at what surfaced. The podcast host known as Adam22 had tweeted some unsettling stuff about women and underage children.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. No, the ledge said, W wrong for making us wait for the Unbiased Live and then canceling it. I canceled it because I was going to have a special guest. And without saying too much, the Unbiased case is still rolling. It's still rolling. There will be updates soon. And that's all I'm going to leave it there as. All right? Don't worry. Unbiased time, his time is coming. Actually, I saw recently he tried to accuse John the Don of making fake paperwork. That's so ironic, knowing for a fact that this dude put out fake paperwork for himself. But again, we'll save that. We'll save that. But yeah, just stay tuned, y'all. Just stay tuned. We're going to get at Chris unbiased.
According to All Hip Hop, some of his older problematic tweets read, "Warning. The following tweets are graphic and may be found to be triggering for some."
My advice to any young girls out there, sleep with much older guys.
All right, so let's start right there. So Mike Clum, why didn't you knew about this? I refuse to believe you don't know about this, bro. But you're such a clout demon that you sat down with this scumbag and included him in a documentary about a child predator in EDP445 and allowed him to grandstand and do all these theatrics as though he's against the types of thoughts and behaviors that EDP has when he has them himself. The fuck is wrong with you, dog? He said, my advice to any young girls out there, sleep with much older men.
Brendan and I are developing a new dating site for little kids. Tagline, for kids that just want to have S.
What? So now these are multiple tweets now. Why is this dude's mind so fixated on having sex with kids, bro? Or little kids having sex? Why is this dude's mind so stuck on that? Mind you, for years.
Was just looking at a girl's Facebook pictures and kept going till the old ones when she's 15 and realized she's hotter than LOL.
He said he was looking at a girl's Facebook pictures and kept scrolling back and back until she was 15, and he thought she was hotter when she was 15. Now, what? Oh, what? He's trying to be funny. Oh, this was a joke. What grown man is so fixated on thoughts like this? But this is what he actually believes. We know it from the Desiree story that we just covered. But yet Mike Clum, his clout-chasing punk ass, his weirdo self, had no problem sitting across this dude and didn't think for a second, hey, maybe we should alert the audience watching this that this dude has the same sick mind as EDP445.
Well, what's with all these cute little girls adding me? Send me a message so I know who you are.
That sounds like EDP445. That sounds like exactly what happened with how people first caught wind to what EDP was doing, as you could see in that garbage-ass documentary.
Can any and all hot high school girls stop following me on Instagram? I have enough temptation in my life as is.
So he's tempted by high school girls, by girls in high school.
So you're saying you wouldn't SA 11-year-olds D?
After
my life as is. So you're saying you wouldn't SA 11-year-olds D?
So you're saying you wouldn't? Y'all could fill in the blanks. An 11-year-old. An 11-year-old. Wow.
After the viral video of Adam's past being exposed by official perv busters as well as his old tweets resurfacing, Adam went on to DJ Academic's podcast to tell his side of the story.
Of them. Okay. Yeah. So this is the big thing now, and I've been seeing this so much on my timeline. And we need full information, full detail.
Let's go.
It's basically, I think it's a description of an incident where you were in conversation with a young woman when you were younger, but she was underage. And a lot of people are saying you had sex with her underage and doxed her and exposed her picture, whatever. Just give us your side. And I mean, I have a couple questions.
For y'all just tuning in, he 100% did all of that. We have the article right here. Not the article, the blog post that he made himself Rewind back. We read the entire article. He details that he did everything with this girl and worse when she was 16 years old. He said he knew she was a minor, but if statutory rape is wrong, he doesn't want to be right. And what's crazy is I didn't even look at it like that too. Like so you had sex with this little girl and then exposed her and doxed her on the internet. So not only did you violate this little girl when she's a minor, you then put her on Front Street on the internet. For what? What exactly were you accomplishing here? Now, if any of the math inclined out there are probably reading this and thinking something like she's 19 now and you were 23, then how old was she then? Well, she was 16, but come on, man, look at her. She's 18 or 19 in most of the pics here, but she didn't look much different at all then. If statutory rape is wrong, I don't want to be right. Wow. He says, now I can make the argument that the age of consent is 16 in Canada, even though I'm sure that traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor is still illegal. So he knew what he was doing was illegal. He knew it. Wow. Okay.
I'll probably have a couple questions as you go ahead.
Let's talk about it. All right. So there's one very specific, and I appreciate my fans and stuff who like to correct people on Twitter about this, but there's one very specific thing that I wrote on my blog back in the day where I was basically telling this story about this girl I met. I was basically seeing her for about like 3 months at a certain point, but like 3 years before that, we had both been on this message board, right? And you know, she was always on there. She was always posting like pictures of herself and just talking to different people on there and everything like that. And I mean, there were not a lot of girls on this message board, and she was attractive. So you know, she starts talking to me on MySpace, shit like this. Finally, we get on the phone. We talk for a little bit longer, and then she hits me with it. I'm 16. At this time, I was like 20, 21. Yeah. I'm like, you know, you just fucked me up because I can't keep talking to you. Like, even at that time, I was like, that's too much of a big age difference. Like, I can't fuck with that. Like, you know, it's looked down upon in America or illegal. And, you know, she was kind of upset that whatever. But, you know, I didn't talk to her for 3 years after that. And I seen a few people try to be like, oh, you were waiting out the 3 years. It's like, no, I didn't talk to her for 3 years because
you're
I got
a red shirt.
You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. And it's crazy that you could just tell this lie when we can all just read the blog post ourselves. You're a fucking liar. And Mike Clum, you knew this. You knew this. But you had no problem. And honestly, I didn't even want to go here with it. But Mike Clum, are you okay with him being a predator because he's a white man? So you wanted to get all these white child predators together to drag a black child molester, an EDP, but yet you had no problem with what these motherfuckers are doing. I think there's a racial element to this as well.
Hey, hold on. And you're going to have to correct me because, like,
it's almost like how everyone got together to drag Diddy. And again, I'm not saying EDP shouldn't be dragged. I'm not saying Diddy shouldn't be dragged. But it's crazy how people have all this. They take this umbrage against Diddy, but yet we got people like Mike Jeffries, the CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, who was doing the same thing as Diddy. The same thing. But yet nobody talks about that except for me. Nobody. He was actually let go and they said he wasn't fit to stand trial because of his mental state. So they just let him go after he was molesting young boys for years, doing the same types of parties as Diddy. But nobody talks about it, right? Okay.
I've seen so much stuff. My sequence is probably out of order. Is this the same? Because I think in the blog post that I saw, and of course it's a popular joke now, but I think people are judging you because of the joke. I think it was something like, yo, if she's 16, I'm 16 or something like that.
Yeah, I had a quote where I said, I made a joke about statutory rape. And I said, you know, basically I said, if it's wrong, I didn't want to be right. But the thing is that I then proceeded to do the right thing. You know, I was very much like, you know, because
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Now, any of the math inclined out there are probably reading this and thinking something like, she's 19 now, you were 23 then. How old was she then? Well, she was 16. She was 16. You then admit to traveling from America to Canada to have sex with a minor. What the fuck are you talking about? And what's crazy is academics, you a clown for this too, bro, because if you read the blog post, you knew the details of this. Why are you allowing him to lie on your platform? Oh, I get it. Y'all have a little brotherhood, some type of fraternity where y'all protect each other. Or else the skeletons will come out of your closet, huh? Maybe they'll pull out the skeletons from your closet. Academics. Okay, that's fine.
I was feeling her before I realized that there was this huge age difference, and then I had to be like, nah, I can't fuck with you. But yeah, that was like the joke that I was making at the time. At the time, it seemed fine because it's like, oh, you can just joke around about shit like this. Obviously, me being 34 now, it doesn't seem that funny. But people, you know, and I also just want to say this blog that I had up, I had it online for about a year. And then I deleted all the shit, like the stuff about her and everything. I just deleted it, like, because it felt kind of sus. I didn't want to have it online. But anyway, like, Of
course you deleted it. Once you started getting traction and started getting attention from grifting within hip hop, right? You were like, oh, let me clear this up. Let me. Oh yeah, now that you got these sponsors and these deals, they probably brought it to your attention and said, you need to remove this from online or else this is going to hurt our reputation for partnering with you. That's all that happened. You didn't have any mindset of, oh, you know what? This is wrong. Let me take this down. That's bullshit. Bullshit. You exposed and doxed a little girl that you raped, dog.
That to be the biggest thing I clear up on here is when people are like, oh, like that's a common thing I see is he traveled to Canada to sleep with a 16-year-old.
So did you meet her?
That's what you said you did. That's what you said you did.
Did you meet her at all when she was 16?
No. I didn't meet her until I was 19 because I had this business meeting with this company in Vancouver, right? So I was like, damn, all right. Like I hit her up. I haven't talked to her in 3 years. She's like, yeah, you can stay with me.
Whoa. You met her when you were 19? What the fuck are you talking about? You said you were 23. So he can't even get his own story right. Because when the predator buster, the perv buster on your platform, you said you met her at 21. He had to correct you for that you met her at 23. Now you're telling academics you met her at 19? You're a fucking lying scumbag and you're not good at it. What's up with all you perverts, you predators, you monsters, that y'all are also bad liars? Just like Chris on Bias. He couldn't get his story straight either.
Me all this shit, so I just went there and I stayed with her. Once she was 19. Again,
okay.
Once she was 19.
Okay, so people are believing that you slept with her at 16, but you didn't. You never saw her until she was 19.
I never even met her. And that's actually the crazy shit is that she put out a statement and said that me and her began our sexual relationship when she was 16, which is like...
Is this the Desiree girl? This is her, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she also stated that y'all started having sex when she was 16. She put out a statement as well. So we're not supposed to believe her. We're not supposed to believe your blog post. We just got to believe you, right? The nigga that allows grown men to have sex with his wife. And your whole claim to fame and the shit that you're trying to like be famous from is allowing men to have sex with your wife.
Them in order. If you were to take every man on earth and put them in order of people I would most want to see have sex with my wife, all the way over to like the least, he's essentially going to be the last guy in line.
You're a fucking clown and a weirdo. What was the point of even including this in the documentary? Like, this documentary is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. So she said it, you said it, but now you want to rewrite history. Okay.
Okay, because she got emails on top of emails.
She does?
No, well, I'm seeing emails that look like she was writing to someone who was trying to expose it. I don't know what this is.
Probably, but she, I have emails too. Like there was only like a certain number of a certain percentage of our communication that was via email. Most of it was probably via like text back in the day that I certainly don't have access to. But yeah, I want to clear up that part first of all, is that I didn't even meet her until she was 19. So when she says that we began our sexual relationship at 16 or something, fuck out of here. Is absolutely 100% false. And if she's lying about that, what else is she lying about? That's all I'm saying.
All right.
So now she's lying. You see what they do? They always attack the victims. They do this every time. They attack the victims. No. She's lying. You know, Mike Clum did the same thing. Mike Clum did the same thing in his documentary, how he cut off an interview with the little girl Kayla that was used by Skeeter Jean and Gideon in order to entrap EDP. Now, I had to, so y'all remember I did a stream a few nights ago regarding the documentary and regarding that situation with Gideon and the Skeeter Jean clown who used this little girl in order to entrap EDP, right? And I take back the things I said in that stream, because now the full interview with Kayla has been released. And what Mike Clum did, Mike Clum, you're such a fucking scumbag, nigga. That he took this girl and her words out of context in order to try to have people look at her as a liar. Let's go right here.
Uncomfortable, but I didn't really know what to do because
I want to show y'all something. This dude is a fucking clown and a scumbag.
We realized that he wasn't going to take me out.
Underwhelmed.
This deceptive editing. You're a fucking piece of shit, Mike Clum. You're a piece of fucking shit.
Dude, here is who's crying.
Because you're doing that shit, I don't give a fuck.
He told me, fuck you, bitch.
I don't give a fuck if you're a minor.
We would talk to her. I would ask her if she's okay.
Are you sure you're good? Like,
I'm okay.
Every single time that
I want you to
of me that were nude. What did happen when he asked me for them was that Gideon got like a lookalike of me, and I kind of photoshopped her face into Google pictures.
So that means Gideon sent sexually explicit content to a little girl, to a minor, to a 15-year-old girl. I hope y'all know that. But let's go here with deceptive editing.
That I don't know what they're gonna say, but don't believe it. Because I have proof. I'm just too scared to show the proof because Gideon has a big audience and I don't want them to attack me. But I could show some of the proof. Proof of him kind of encouraging it.
Maybe she.
So look at what he did here, right? So in order to try to make us look at this girl Kayla as a liar, he puts this text up. Other claims made by Kayla. Gideon is being controlled by the Illuminati. Gideon is friends with other pedophiles. Now, I have no... Listen, I could believe that Gideon is a part of some type of secret society, some type of fraternity. Because I think a lot of these big YouTubers are, honestly, in my opinion. But the way they put that there, how normies would react to that, is that's such an outrageous claim. Why don't you, instead of putting that there, give us the full interview where she actually breaks that down, rather than trying to do this short synopsis of it to try to make her look like she's crazy or something. But look, I want to show y'all this deceptive editing this bitch did. Look at this.
An opportunist? Yes.
Clown. A little bit.
Now, me personally, am I an opportunist? Yes, I am. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're not harming anybody. And I don't think I was harming anybody. And especially when you're my age, if you're 16, people are going to think that you're young and dumb. So you kind of have to be an opportunist. You have to make your own opportunities. You cannot be waiting for them. But this entire situation was not that at all.
Why did you cut that off? Why did you cut that off? Because she was then about to go on to explain that why this is not that type of situation. Why did you cut that off? But you did that in order to, yo, Mike Clum, you're a fucking scumbag, bro. And if you, the type of nigga like you, because I noticed this with all people that do this low-cal content, because this is what this all is. This is not a serious documentary. This is low-cal content. This is no different than the low-cal podcast or fucking duty streams. These people, they become locals themselves every single time. And I hope you become one yourself. I hope people really look at you like that and people start dissecting and looking into your life and making it hard for you online. I really hope so, bro. But let's go back here.
So I have like the I guess this is from 2010. I guess did you email her back in 2010? Because I think that's what I'm seeing, a thread.
You're on my page.
I'm on some Twitter. Like there's like a bunch of Twitters just like fully aimed to expose you or some shit. They have all type of shit blacked out and they have whatever.
So
but,
what are you looking at?
I'll pop it up on my screen, even though I don't know if you could see it.
I can't, but I guess I can open it up.
It starts with the email that she's like may have sent to you, and it says, if you're gonna take the time to write our story, you might as well write it. You might as well have written it properly and factually. Okay, and I just want to go through it just one by one for you to respond to each of them, because I want people to be like, oh, you and Adam are cool, so you just let him come on here.
Several.
Now, mind you, right? Let's go here. This is what Desiree wrote. This is what a 16-year-old girl wrote. Adam 22, aka, let's make this bigger so y'all can read this. Adam 22, aka Adam Grand Mason, is a serial sexual predator who manipulated and raped and abused me when I was a teenage girl. He documented it for everyone to see. His method is to dox women or try to shame them publicly into silence. He has done this multiple times, not only to women, but to children as well. He demeans women and rubs it in their faces while hiding behind a Twitter army of 14-year-old boys who laugh and cheer him on. Adam hates women. There's nothing he's done in his life to disprove that, and there is a shit ton of evidence to support his rampant physical and psychological abuse. Does he honestly think he can commit these horrible acts for years and just walk scot-free? Fuck him. I know he's shitting his pants right now, despite whatever garbage he decides to tweet when he comes out of hiding. He knows all the horrible things he's done. He knows he's 100% guilty, and he knows there's a massive reckoning coming for him. This isn't a secret at all. It's been underneath all our noses for years. Adam has even written and posted details of these incriminating events all himself. Adam stole years of my life, plunged me into a deep depression, and affected every relationship I have to this day. Every day I suffer from PTSD and anxiety because of what he did to me. He deserves every single thing that happens to him. Karma is a bitch, a powerful, strong, and newly empowered bitch, and Adam's time is up. So she says that Adam 22 manipulated and raped her when she was a teenage girl. Okay? And we know this because he posted it himself. He posted it himself. There's no way around it. Academics, you should be ashamed of yourself for allowing this dude to go on your platform and spread these lies. Now let's get to the Lil Pump story.
Of Adam's prior,
because again, Adam 22 actually recorded a video of Lil Pump getting head when he was 16 years old. So what type of sick orgy was this, Adam 22? Adam 16? What type of shit was this that you're recording child pornography with Lil Pump?
Employees, friends, supporters, and fans drew a stance to never support Adam 22 after the truth of his past came to light. Lil Pump, an artist who was at once close with Adam 22 and brought Adam on his tour, had the following to say.
Adam don't know how to say shit about me. Shout out to user. And he knows when I see his ass, it's on sight. I'm gonna knock out that pedophile for all of you. He already got charges. Like, if you go on Google and look up his charges, that man got a whole bunch of shit on him. But you know what? He can live his life. That shit don't catch up to him. But put me in the ring with that boy. I'm gonna knock that pedophile out quick. Yeah, Adam is 50. He was a 50-year-old fucking riding my dick while I was 16. I made him. That's my son. I'll help you. I don't need help knocking out a 50-year-old man who could barely move. But yeah, who else? Yeah, Adam. Adam the pedo.
Given the details from this video and Adam's past, what are your thoughts about CC Unit being interviewed on No Jumper?
He's a clown. He's a fucking clown. That's what I think of him. Now the video of Adam recording Lil Pump getting head at 16 years old is out there. It's out there. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not pulling it up. I don't want to see it. I'm not interested in it. I just know it exists. Robin P. Hood says, Wack loves pulling paperwork, but won't do nothing like that to his master, because Wack 100's a fucking clown. He's a snitch. And he's part of a secret society himself. He tells you he has the square and compass on his driver's license, on his car, because he's a Freemason himself. All right, we already know about Rap 100. The battle rap community worships that nigga for some reason, because the battle rap community is a fucking clown show and a joke. That's why they go out of their way to try to ostracize me and slander and lie about me, because I expose them for what they are. All right, I have no problem not being loved by the battle rap community. I don't care about being loved by the world. To be a friend of the world is to be an enemy of God. Okay? And what's crazy is nobody will talk about this though. And Mike Clum, that fucking clown, that weirdo, really sat down with this idiot and never once, like how do you make a documentary about a child predator, but then you invite other child predators with their same mindset to be featured in the documentary? Unless this was all for clout. Oh, Adam 22 has a bigger audience with No Jumper. So you know what? I can't expose him. No, let's invite him on here so then he could talk about my documentary and we could get more promotion and I could get more clout. Mike Clum, you're a fucking scumbag. You're a scumbag. And then you sat down with Wings of Redemption. You really let Wings of Redemption go up there and say something.
But like even 16 at 45, that I'd let that slide, because a 16-year-old can make her own damn decisions. I'd cut child pornography off around 12.
I like the rules they have in Jersey and North Carolina.
Whoa.
Yeah,
where would you cut child pornography off on?
Jordy Jordan was born.
I did say the age of consent should be 12. You know why I said that? Because growing up in high school, I knew girls that were like 12, 13, 14, fucking on the regular.
Isn't this what EDP said in the documentary? Hold up. Let's go to that part. Because it's the same words.
He's 18, so God, whatever. To be honest with you, bro, I have no clue why the age of consent is 18. I mean, what the fuck makes 18 so goddamn magical? I have no fucking clue. You talk to a 17-year-old chick, she just turned 18 5 seconds ago. Okay, well, guess what, man? She's still the same dumbass bitch that she was 5 seconds ago. So it's like, the big homies I talk to, they're all like, what's so fucking special about 18? It's just another fucking year, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? So.
My name is Dr. Anna Salter. I am a clinical psychologist, and I have worked with sex offenders and victims for about 40 years. The brain of a 13-year-old is very different from an adult brain. They are more impulsive. They can't predict and don't try to predict typically how this is going to affect them in the future. The MacArthur brain study has demonstrated that adolescents are simply not mature.
Do you hear that, Chris Unbiased? Because you said the same thing. So EDP445, Wings of Redemption, what do they have in common with Chris Unbiased? Well, Chris Unbiased was talking about this another little girl having sex with an adult, and he had this to say about it.
That I guess 18 and 16. So what is that? You're a senior in high school. You messing with a sophomore. I guess that's the age difference. In this story, he's saying that the girl didn't even want to press charges. That the mother pushed it so much. You know, moms do that because they don't want to know that their daughter is even having sex at such a young age. So they say, well, I raised her not to have sex. So the only way she could be having sex is you must have coerced her into having sex. So they want to punish the guy. Well, really, she could have been running around just on her thought shit.
So Chris Unbiased also believes that 16-year-old girls, they have the agency to have sex with adults because they be on some thought shit. They be on some thought shit. Let me download this video real quick, just in case I don't have it, because I definitely need this. He said a lot worse in this video too, but I want to save that for another time when we break down Chris Unbiased. So hold on, let me just download this real quick. YouTube video downloader. Okay, got it. All right, now it's downloaded. So you heard him. So a 16-year-old girl could be on some thought shit and have sex with adults. Oh, what's the difference between 16 and 18? So now Chris Unbiased is quoted saying the same things as EDP445 and Wings of Redemption. Ain't that crazy? But battle rap doesn't care. Battle rap accepts the worst. Battle rap has become a sector for the lowest common denominator of men. Right. Okay. That's fine. So, yeah, so Chris Unbiased thinks like EDP445, y'all. But it is what it is. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. I got to get up out of here. It is Adept, HNIC, Battle Rap and Investing. I know today was supposed to be the comprehensive breakdown of the Chris Unbiased case, but like I told you, there's been movement on his case. There's been an update that I've been told personally. And, yeah, no, we're going to save that. We're going to save it, okay? I might not even make it a live stream. I might just do a whole comprehensive breakdown via a documentary, since my previous documentaries are not online anymore. And honestly, I feel like I could do a much better job now. All right? I might even hit up Reek, and we could actually get some reenactments. We could get some reenactments via AI. Let's use AI as a tool for good. Even though I'm against AI, I don't like AI. I really don't like AI. But in terms of something like this, I think it would be useful. So it is what it is, man. Shout out to the network. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Dreadhead King, I did get your Cash App from... Oh, well, hold on. I got a few. Hold on. My bad. Shout out to I Allen for the $10 cancellation. He said, keep your foot on their necks. You know that's what we about. You know that's what we're gonna do. Salute, G. Shout out to Dreadhead King. He said, nasty work. Continue to expose the wicked. You already know what it is. But Dreadhead King, I did get your other Cash App. I didn't think that would be fitting for this stream, but for the next stream, I do got you. I do got you for the intro. But it is what it is. It is Adept, HNIC, Battle Rap and Investing. Salute.